Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. A lot of students have been asking us for this particular program, which is the IIT Madras giving away the online or distance learning BS in data sciences degree. A lot of students, wherever we go for counseling, invariably ask this particular question saying, why don't we actually go through this IIT program and give up everything else? It's a very important question that we thought we need to explain because a lot of misconceptions, misunderstanding and misgivings are there about this particular program. And if you don't know exactly what it is all about, how difficult it is, it's very important for you to listen to what we're about to say. Before I move further, 3 requests that I always have for you. Please subscribe to BTech 360. If you want me to cover any course or college, please write to us in the message box here. And I must thank Chitkara University, which enabled us to put this entire project together. Thank you so much. Right. Now let's talk of IIT Madras BS program. And by the way, as we're talking about the BS program, there are 3 other programs also that they announced last time around, where all students who actually qualify for JEE Main and went on for JEE Advanced are getting a offer letter from this particular program. But having said that, you must know that it is not a walk in the park for you to, give this examination and get this degree out. If you think that by applying for this, it's an open for all kind of an application, you're going to get a degree, you're completely on the wrong side of information. Let me tell you what exactly is happening in this particular program. Now, this is a program that we're talking about, which is IIT Madras BS degree in programming and data science. This is what we're talking about. And this was launched about 6 years back. I think it was launched in 2021. So it's very important for us to understand what kind of success rates are there, how many students actually got in and how many students graduated. If you don't understand that and are dependent on the fact that you'll get into the degree, trust me, to get a degree out of this entire thing after 3 years and 4 years is an extremely difficult process, and that you must very well know. Because what is happening is a lot of students are telling the parents that, listen, I'm not going to go through anything else. I'll sit at home, do an IIT degree and get a degree from there. That there is nothing farther than truth than that. Because the assumption that you're making that you'll sit at home, study and get into this degree and actually come out with an IIT graduate kind of a qualification is completely wrong. It's not as easy as what you people are thinking. And assuming you are making that as an assumption for you to make a decision making, then you're misleading yourself, misleading your parents, and actually messing up with your entire career path. Because the pass rate or the success rate for this particular examination is very difficult. Let me explain to you how IIT Madras conceived this program. There was a lot of criticism about IITs that to get into the program, you need to clear through JEE Main and JEE Advanced, and it's very difficult for you to get in. Because about 15 lakh students take the examination, and there are about 18,000 seats only in IITs, which would essentially we're talking about 1.2% being the number of seats in IITs that you are available. So what IITs came up with is, they said, okay, it is difficult. If you look at BTech as a program, it is very difficult for you to enter the program, but once you enter the program, you come out with a very good student outcome, which is placement and graduation also. Because most students graduate once you enter the program. That is because the students were initially very smart. They actually were 99 percentiles of this country. So for them to crack that exam, the semester system and everything, and get on with a good CGPA is normal because they were actually originally 99 percentiles. So to that extent, they also graduate because they, first of all, fundamentally they were very good students and very good understanding of at a concept level. So what IIT Madras did was they reversed the entire process. They said, okay, you want to study in IIT, we'll enable you to study in IIT. You want to be a graduate of IIT, we'll enable you to be a graduate of IIT. And the entry is open for everyone. But the exit is very difficult. Because you need to live up to the challenge of being an IIT Madras alumni. Which means you must be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with the kind of alumni that IIT Madras produces otherwise. And for that, they made sure that at every level, the difficulty levels are extremely good, extremely tough, so that only the best students actually qualify and actually end up being an alumni of IIT Madras. So the process is very tough. You can enter, you can apply, but application doesn't mean anything. In fact, from application to registration, the number of students who actually qualify to register for the examination, 70% fall rate. And those are the numbers that I'm going to talk about, so that you as students and you as parents are very conscious of this entire thought that you have that, you'll give up everything, make the child sit at home and study for IIT Madras, because IIT Madras is anyway an open degree program. It is an open degree program, but very difficult for you to crack that examination. Now, what is the data that we have at this point in time? By the way, what are the programs that they have, IIT Madras? Earlier, it was only this program, which is BSc in Program and Data Science. This is a 3-year program. This is also BS, which is a 4-year program. Now, and recently, they also launched these ones: BS in Data Science and Applications, BS in Electronic Systems, BS in Management and Data Science, and BS in Aeronautics and Space Technology. And at a diploma level, you have diploma in data science and diploma in programming, which is coming from this. So if you stop here, you actually get the diplomas. If you continue doing that, you will get BSc program. And if you continue doing it further, you actually get the BS program. Right. So now let me explain to you how the whole thing works. What is the advantage because of the students are actually falling for it, or rather making this decision that I'll get into IIT, I'll apply for IIT? Because the assumption in your mind is that it's an open application process, so you can apply and you will be an IIT Madras alumni, which is not necessarily true. The admission is, of course, without JEE, so you don't need to go through a JEE examination. It's online learning with in-person examinations, which means you don't need to go to college. Can be pursued along with any other regular degree. A lot of people use this as a second degree. So they will be studying in some other college, but also pursuing this so that at some point in time, with the knowledge that you gain in the physical college, when you take the IIT Madras degree also, hopefully because you're learning a similar thing there, you'll be able to crack this examination better by incrementally studying some more for this particular program. Anyone who has passed class 12 or equivalent can apply irrespective of age or academic background. So there are people who are 60 years, 70 years also who are applying for this program because they're very keen to learn data sciences and those kind of things. They're very keen to learn. So even senior citizens are getting into this program as much as people who are working somewhere and want to acquire an IIT Madras degree. They are all people who are hungry, who want to learn and who want to grow in their lives. It is not someone who's thinking that it's a walk in the park, taking a degree, I'll go there, apply there and get an IIT Madras degree 3 years down the line. Completely wrong. Right? And structured learning, where at a BS program was structured in 3 levels, which is foundational level, which is 8 courses, followed by diploma level, which is 6 more courses and 6 data science courses, and then degree level, which is 11 courses. So each of them is a course in itself, and you need to pass that to move to the next level. And assuming you don't pass, you're purged, which means you're removed from the system. If you don't pass these things after a particular level, you are removed from the system. Now, what is a diploma program? Diploma is a 2-year program. The first year is by the way certification. So if you do for 1 year and finish certification program courses, you actually get a certificate. Then you remain further and do a few more courses, you actually get a diploma. Duration is typically requires completion of 59 credits for 1 diploma. Levels can be pursued as part of the BS program or separately. So you can actually get into a diploma program only, but I'd always advise students to go for a BS program and keep accumulating the diploma, the certificates, diplomas and degrees as you move along. Because at any point in time, you can step out, remember that. The BS program is typically requires completion of 114 credits. And the BS program requires 142 credits, right? The level students can exit the program with a BSc degree after 3 years. So if you finish 114 credits over 3 years or more than that, you will get the BSc program. You will suddenly become an IIT Madras alumni. And if you finish all the 142 credits, you become a BS student of IIT Madras. Now the important thing that you must know is what kind of student should do this. And by the way, this is the kind of profile of students that are currently studying in IIT Madras who are succeeding to finish programs at a different level, at a course level, at a semester level. They're able to finish those programs. We're not talking of people who thought that they'll apply and then get into the thing. They have miserably failed. Who are the people who are doing this? They're highly driven. Right from senior citizens to people who are working somewhere, they're very highly driven. They're top academic achievers, highly self-motivated. If you're not academic achievers, if you're not self-motivated, this program is not meant for you because you'll apply, you'll register, but nothing else will happen. You'll not get a degree, nor a certificate, nor a diploma because you will fail every single examination, right? And what is the example? There is one student, by the way, who got a 9.98 CGPA. 9.98 CGPA. It doesn't happen in normal IITs also, mind you. When you have that kind of a driven student, then this program is meant for you. People with dual focus individuals, like some people are athletes, some people are musicians, some people are singers, and so on and so forth. No, those people, artists and all, and they cannot attend a physical college because of the other engagement that they have. For them, this is a good program because you'll study online while also pursuing your hobby or a passion, which ultimately might become your career also, for all that you know, right? Student balancing sports, arts with career with degree, right? And completes at his own timeline. So you actually would have your own timeline. You may take 4 years and not 3 years to get a BSc degree. That's a possibility. But at least after 4 years, you'll get a degree in your hand. Then people who are economically disadvantaged, working students who actually have to contribute to the family income. You need to earn to survive. For those people also, this is very good because you actually will be working somewhere else, and because you're driven, because you're hungry, because you're motivated, you'll also pursue this program and it works out for you. Need income but want a degree, right? And by the way, some of them are data entry operators working somewhere, counselors working somewhere, and end up doing this particular degree. So what you have at some point in time is you will actually have a career and a degree, right? Now, who is it not meant for? People who mislead parents, waste time, no academic progress, and they think this is a good escape route to tell the world that I am studying at IIT Madras. And this is something that IIT Madras people, we spoke to IIT Madras people and they told us specifically. A lot of people apply to IIT Madras program because they want to say in their resume, in their LinkedIn profile, in their social media profile that they're studying at IIT Madras. That is an escape route because the truth will explode 3 years down the line when you don't get anything in your hand. So what does IIT Madras do? They start purging lists if you don't complete after a certain time. They only give you a limited time to finish certain course, certain credits. If you don't do that, your name is removed from the register. A lot of people today on many of the social media profiles claim that they're studying at IIT Madras. They're no longer studying at IIT Madras. They have failed IIT Madras and they've been removed from the list of people who are studying at IIT Madras also. Don't be one of them, right? So it is not meant for people who are misleading parents, wasting time, and don't have any academic progress whatsoever. And by the way, they're removed after 3 years for not completing the foundation course itself, right? And this is what happens. It's purged and removed. The program advice, join a physical college for year one. So always, what I would always tell people who are wanting to do this particular course is, join anything, don't sit at home. That's the worst thing that you can do as an 18-year-old. Don't sit at home, go somewhere, skill yourself, study somewhere, work somewhere, do something, but don't be at home. This can be IIT Madras, the BS program is only an add-on and not a replacement of what you would otherwise do. You can be working somewhere because you need to supplement your family income. You can be studying somewhere in a college, but you're not happy with the kind of college that you got, so you will say, I am also going to get a degree from IIT Madras, which is a much more reputed and credible institution. You might be doing some of your passion or following your passion or hobby somewhere, in which case keep doing that. It can be an environmentalist, it can be people who are walking through the forest path or arts and anything that you have, and this can be an add-on. But if you think that this is a good supplement for you to replace an original degree where you sit at home, don't do anything, and say, I'm going to prepare for something, but I'll also work on IIT Madras degree, then that is not the way to go, because that for you is an escape route. And don't be an escapist in your life, because at some point in time, you need to deal with life the way it is. You must catch the bull by the horns. And this is not the way to do it, where you say that I'm not getting a good college, I'm not getting into good NIT, IIT, IIIT, IIT and all, so I'll get into IIT just because that's an open thing. It's an open thing, but exit is extremely, extremely difficult. Now let me tell you about some of the numbers, right? Now, one of the things that IIT Madras did, earlier I told you about how a lot of people are claiming that they're studying at IIT Madras, and because of that, they're only showcasing that they're studying at IIT Madras while not having achieved anything academically at IIT Madras. So what IIT Madras now has done is, it start purging or removing students from the program if they don't finish a certain milestone at a certain point in time. Which means that if you think that it's a good escape route, your name would be removed from the register, and that's a much bigger black mark for you, because in your resume then you'll actually have to say that I applied for IIT Madras, but I did not pass IIT Madras. Would you want that in your resume? Something that is a conscious call that you must take for yourself. I would never advise that, right? So what do they do? Foundation M1, you need to complete 4 courses. And these 4 courses you must finish within 4 terms. If you don't finish within 4 terms, the 4 courses, you're removed from the program. At Foundation M2 level, you need to complete 6 courses in 6 terms. If you don't remove, so you might finish this, but if you don't finish 6 courses in 6 terms, again you will be removed, right? And then Foundation M3, which you need to complete 8 courses and in 9 terms. You might finish these 2, but if you still don't finish the other 2 courses in the next 3 terms, you will again be removed. And diploma level progress, steady progression in diploma courses, it's ongoing, and you're removed if you again don't finish the diploma in a certain period of time. So what they're talking of is they're setting a milestone and a period of time in which you actually need to achieve that milestone. If you don't achieve that, your name is removed. So for all of you who think that you'll apply and start doing the program and you can do it at your own free will and on your own free time, yes, it is possible, but there are limitations, there are ceilings, there are boundaries. And those boundaries have to be respected. You don't have 30 years to finish the program. You can't say for the next 30 years that I'm studying at IIT Madras when you did not finish the program and finish certain milestone in a certain period of time. And that is very important for you to understand, right? Now, what are the things? Let me give you some small example of how the data is looking at this point in time. The number of applicants, if there are 1,000, the 1,000 applicants in IIT Madras program, only 300 qualify to be registered student, which means they can start the program. Before application into the registration stage itself, 70% students drop away because they can't finish that entry level examination. The entry level examination, which is conducted by IIT Madras, 70% of the students can't even get there. So if you think it's an escape route, you will be a part of the 70% because you can't clear that examination at a first level itself to be a registered student who will start learning the IIT Madras program. Now, after the 300 students register, only 90 of them actually qualify for the program at a foundational level. Only 90 do that at foundation. Right? And then the complete course, which is up to a BS diploma level is 45 students and the graduate level is 15 students. Now look at it, 1000 students applied, 15 students completed. The other way of looking at it is that if you get registered for the program, out of 100 students, only 5 students actually end up getting a BSc degree. And by the way, we are not even talking about the BS degree, which is the 4-year program. We are talking about the BSc degree only. So only 5 in 100 students who registered for the program, get the BSc degree. Only 15 in 1000 students who applied for the program will get a BSc degree. And I'm still not talking of the BS program, which is a 4-year program. That is a success rate we're talking of. From a registration stage, we're talking about 1.5% being the success rate for the BS degree. From the application stage, we're talking of just less than a percentage of people who are actually qualifying to be a BSc degree program. Those are the numbers that are staring at you. I'll also show you the exact numbers as disclosed by we did speak to IIT Madras and try to understand how the whole thing works. They're very, very clear that they don't want the degree to be abused or misused by students who are trying to make it as an escape route. They don't want some of these other companies who are trying to abuse the name of IIT Madras saying we're offering an IIT Madras degree while you will skill you or anything. They don't want that to happen because it is very difficult for you to clear the examination itself. It is very difficult for you to actually stand the test of scrutiny of being an IIT Madras alumni. And that is something that you again need to understand. I'll show you exact numbers of how it works out also now, right? By the way, what are the overall structure of the examination? You have foundation level, which is 32 credits, followed by diploma, another 54 credits. Degree level is 28 more credits. Degree level BS is another 28 credits. PG diploma is 20 credits and MTech is another thing. So we are not talking of that, right? After the foundation level, you can exit with a foundation certificate. So after you finish 32 credits, you say, okay, now I want to pause because I want to do something else. You can pause here and get it and then move out of it. At a diploma level, you can again exit. Diploma in programming or diploma in data science is what you will get from IIT Madras. So that's also a very good thing, mind you, because it's very credible and employers do respect you if you have finished this program. Then at degree level, you add 28 more credits and you get a BSc in degree programming and data science from IIT Madras. And you also have an apprenticeship option here, right? And at degree level, again, another 28 credits for BS program. You exit as BS degree in data science and application. So we'll stick with these 4 at this point in time. I'll not get into MTech and all those things. We'll deal with it separately, right? Now what happens? This is the dates, by the way. You actually have 3 phases. You will be dealing with this particular phase, which is for May 2026, right? Where the form opened on Feb 18th, right? On May 31st, the application form closes. So you're right now in the middle of that phase, you can actually apply because May 31st is the closing date for the application form. June 1st is the week 1 starts. And then you have a qualifier examination and all, and you get everything on, right? So right now, by the way, because there are 3 phases, you can actually decide how you want to deal with it as you move along. Right now, May 31st is the date when you actually can do a qualifier application form. You need to actually look at that. So the application form, what they call is a qualifier application form, nothing else. It's not a registration for the program, it's a qualifier application form. Then you have another one which is in September. So if you're not able to get into anything or if you're getting into not a college of your choice, then what you do is you get onto a college, not necessarily a college of your choice, but you also start pursuing this particular program parallelly. So you'll be going to a physical college, studying there while you're pursuing this program parallelly. Because the chances that you'll clear this examination are about between 0.5% to 1.5% depending on who you are and what you are. Many students drop out, right? Now let's look at what is the minimum, right? Eligibility to appear for the qualifier examination. For general learner, it's 40%. So the exam that you have, there is a qualifier examination, you need to be a 40% student there. For SC, ST and all, PW, it's 30 and 35%. So this is the minimum that you need to do to actually register for the program after you apply for the program. That's what we're talking about here. And then you have a qualifier examination after each course. You need to be at least 40% in each of the subject and 50% overall for you to move to the next level if you're a general category student. For SC, ST and all, it's 30% in each subject and 40% overall. And same thing with 30 and 40, and 35 for OBC and CS, 35 and 45. So you actually have a minimum bench score that you need to get in each subject, and you also have an overall average which is slightly higher. And this you need to do at each level for you to move to that next level. If you don't get this, you stop, you pause, you finish, and then you move to the next level. And which is what I talked of, the 4 terms, 6 terms, 8 terms and all, 4 courses, 6 courses, 8 courses is essentially this. You need to actually get this score to move to the next level and move on from there. Now let me tell you some data so that you exactly understand how this all pans out. In the year 2021, 54,565 students applied for this program. And this is data, by the way, which you filed through an RTI and got this whole thing. And which is what I wanted to exactly understand, right? We asked IIT Madras, by the way, and that is how we got this data out also. 54,565 is the number of students that applied for this program in 2021. It is announced, of which only 11,976 students could start the program, which means 43,000 or about 80% of students could not even qualify for the next level. So there is a great possibility that people who are looking at that as an escape route would be a part of the 80%, because you're thinking that it's easy to apply. It's easy to apply because it's some amount of money, but very difficult to get to the next level, which is registration. Right? From this 11,000, only 1,519 finished the foundation, which is the first year. Foundation is the first year itself, only 1,519. Now look at this from 54,000. What are the numbers that you're talking about? 3%. And then BSc completed is only 460 of them. Now you come back, it's less than a percentage. Some of them would have taken a drop here and moved on here and would have cleared in the further years also. So it's at this point I'm accumulating as we move. But people who finish the program in right time is 460. And BS program completed after 4 years is only 192. There's a great, and 192 you now look at it at 54,000. We're dealing with less than 0.5%. By the way, even in this 249 which graduated in the following year, some of them would have actually joined here and would have taken some more time to graduate. But the important thing that you must understand is those are the success rates. Now, everyone thinks that they can actually apply. Now, look at this number, about 2.5 lakh plus kind of students who applied. And when you look at this number, it's far, far lesser. And this is the pass rate that we're talking about at this point in time. The completion rate of this is 1.1%, 192 over this one, right? And that's how it is moving. So the pass rates are so small that only the serious students, the motivated students who understand how competition works and can work without competition because it's self-inspired and self-motivated, only those people can do that. Because there is no peer group pressure and peer competition that's happening here. You need to motivate yourself here. There is no one who's telling you, let's study and let's finish this program today. There is no one which tells you that, let me compete with this person and then I want to beat him. There is nothing like that. If you're not motivated, this is not meant for you. If you don't have foundational concept, this is not meant for you. If you don't understand math and data sciences, this is not meant for you. This is a very serious program. The program is very, very good, but the pass rates are extremely low. And this is what happened. In 31,824, only 8238 could actually register for the examination. The balance 75% fell through. And from this 8238, only 2,800, which means we're dealing with less than about 9% students who applied actually could come up to the foundation level. And I'm not even talking of diploma, degree, and BS program. You understand the kind of difficulty levels we're talking about here. 2,800 students completed, and 456 actually completed BSc from these two batches. So we are actually, what are you talking about? Between these two batches, about 85,000 students and about 900 students could get a BSc degree. So that is about 1%. Because between these two, we're dealing with about 86,000. And between these two, we're talking about 920 students. So about 1.1 to 1.1%, 1.2% are the number of students who could actually finish the BSc degree. And moving further from here, only about 400 students, which is less than 0.5%, got the BS degree. You need to understand numbers to understand the difficulty level of this whole thing. Application doesn't mean anything. Registration doesn't mean anything. Getting a foundation doesn't mean anything. Getting a diploma also doesn't mean anything unless you go on to the next level. Of course, diploma is valuable enough here, but up to a foundation level, it doesn't mean anything. You can go and tell in a resume that I am studying at IIT Madras, but people will see through it After 3 years, you will not get anything. You will fail, and you actually have to say that I studied IIT at IIT Madras and I failed that examination. That's what will happen. So don't consider it an escape route. Be serious when you want to get into it, and don't bluff around and trying to look at the world in a different lens or trying to fool everyone around in a different lens. This is not the way it works for this program. In fact, I must also tell you that a lot of edtech companies are also now saying that they give an IIT Madras degree. They offer an IIT Madras degree. By the way, edtech companies don't say it, but a lot of influencers go around saying that, if you study here, you will also get they also offer an IIT Madras degree. There is no one who can offer an IIT Madras degree. It is you who can offer yourself an IIT Madras degree by studying, working hard, finishing the courses and actually passing that examination. No one can offer you a degree. No one. And if they're doing that, they're misselling, they're misleading you people. A lot of edtech companies I've seen who actually tell the students that, oh, they're getting placed here and they're getting so much internship, so much salary, and they're also offering an IIT Madras degree. No one can ever offer you an IIT Madras degree. It is only you who will get yourself an IIT Madras degree through your hard work and through your perseverance. And that is something that you must all be very clear about. I'll give you another example, which again is from IIT Madras report only. Now look at this. In Jan 2021, they actually had 30,288 applications, of which the number of students who qualified for admission to the foundation level, be very clear about what I'm saying, is only 8154. What's the percentage? About 26-27%. And the number of students who started the program is 7114. So even within this, about 1,000 students dropped out. So what we're talking about is 7,114 students started the program, while 30,288 students applied for the program. And similarly, when you go through the thing, that 258,000 students who applied for the program, and only 69,820 could start the program. And after this comes the foundation, the diploma, the degree, and the BS degree. So what we're talking of is about 69,000 on 258,000. Less than 25% students actually could start the program. Right. Now the next level. You remember here, now remember this number 7114 for Jan 2021 started the program. Keep that in your mind, because now I'm going to take off from 7114. Right. These are the number of students. Right. Now 7114 Jan 21. Now look at this. The 7114 students who completed foundation here 1,229. Right. Then completed not much. Here they completed in Jan 2022, they finished diploma. And then here they completed diploma program, 12 students completed again. And that way you look at in the 7114, if you see, here only 106 students completed both diplomas. About 15 students possibly completed degree. Because after 3 years, 21, in 24 sometime, you actually finished degree, right? So Jan 21, you now look at it Jan 24, you actually see of the 7114, 156 students have completed the BS degree. And this is the number of students who actually could complete the BS degree. Some would have completed in shorter time also. So now this 7114 is leading to these numbers. And the BS degree is after 1 year, so it starts here. Right, about 35 students could complete it after they finished in Jan 2024 in somewhere in 25. By the way, these numbers are cumulative. Remember this, these numbers are cumulative. The students who completed is a cumulative number. It's not a number against that particular month. The number of students who completed up to that point in time is what we're talking about. So 7114 students joined the program in 21. In 24 onwards, when you look at it, about 156 students actually could get the BSc degree and 28 could get the BS degree. Right? And then moving further, this is what it is. So ultimately, at this point in time, with so many students who registered or started the program, we're not even now talking of application of the program, the number of students who completed a BSc degree is 266. And the number of students who completed the BS degree is 182. That is the number that we're talking of. And the number of students who completed diploma is 390. Completed one diploma is only 199. Completed DDS is only 311. And completed foundation is 2,387. This is cumulative number, that's why I could say that. And this is as of September 2025. We still don't have data for the last 6 months, so hopefully we'll get it at some point in time. So of the total 258,000 applications that you have till now and all, even assuming that about 1.5 lakh students were eligible to finish some of the programs, 80,000 initially and those kind of things, what are we talking about? Only 2,387 students completed the foundation level. Only 311 students completed the DDS. only 199 students completed a diploma, only 390 students completed both the diplomas, only 266 students could get a BSc degree, and of this 266, only 182 could finish the BS. Now, you relate back this 182 to all the 1 lakh, we are dealing with about 1.2, 1.3% success rate. Which is where I'm saying, unless you're very driven, unless you are absolutely clear that you want to do this degree, unless you're hungry, unless you're motivated, this is not the program for you. If it's an escape route for you, you're bound to fail and you'll be a part of the 95% who don't complete the degree. And if anyone is promising you an IIT Madras degree and say, why don't you do IIT Madras degree? Tell them, okay, tell me how do I complete that? Ask them what is the kind of completion rate that that institute actually has in this particular program. If that institute is encouraging people to join an IIT Madras degree, they should also tell us what is the kind of success or the completion rate that their own students have as far as this degree is concerned, because the numbers don't say that they have actually completed. Now, the next part of it is the internship. Remember, here, one big misgiving that people have is they think that you'll get a job and internship. IIT Madras enables you or provides for you, but most of the people here are, doing it themselves. The data that we have at this point in time is self-secured internships and jobs as reported by the students. IIT Madras themselves are not placing students. They obviously have a cell which is trying to help students by passing them on here and there, but there is no placement because the batches are multiple, mind you. So what they do is they actually publish a report of the students who secured their own internship and secured their own job. It's not necessarily through IIT Madras alone. So when you look at that, in Jan 25, we actually had 370 students who found internship, 627 students who finished diploma had internship, and 118 students had degree who also had an internship, about 1,115. Jobs about 379, and these are all self-secured. I want to repeat this because it's not that you walk into the campus and companies are waiting for you to recruit you. It's not happening that way. It is not happening that way. IIT Madras plays a role where they actually enable the whole conversations to happen. But IIT Madras itself is not creating a placement process where all of you come in and companies come in and you're placing. That is not happening. The kind of benefit that you have when you do a BTech degree in IIT Madras is dramatically different to what you have here. Right? And similarly, in September 25, you actually had 425 placements jobs, but all are self-secured and they went out having qualified, having got a degree and got a job themselves by using that particular degree. This is reported back by the student to IIT Madras. In all, in Jan 25, about 473, so these are the kind of numbers that you have. You can take a screenshot of that. The important thing that I'm telling you is that these are all self-secured and not that IIT Madras provided them the internship or provided them the jobs. Some of them, they would have enabled that whole thing to happen. But not that IIT Madras worked where the employers and employees were sitting together under one roof. It isn't happening here. And assuming you took the internship, the kind of stipend range is about 50,000 plus kind of a thing. And if you get a job, there are students who got a 20 lakh job also. But what happened is these are people working somewhere and actually got a scale up there because they finished a particular course or they got a new skill which made them jump up in their career prospects. Not that someone suddenly after this degree, they were sitting at home and they got a 20 lakh. No, that's not the story here. These are already people who are working somewhere, use this particular degree, use this particular skill to scale up and get a better job or a hike in their own job. What is the fee structure that you have? At the foundation, it's 48,000. At diploma, it is 1.29 lakh. Diploma foundation plus diploma 2.1 lakh. BSc degree is 3.1 lakh. BS degree is 4.5 lakh. PG diploma and all is different, but anyway, so we're dealing with up to this point in time, assuming you finish at each course. If you don't, you're anyway struck off. You also have scholarships here, where if your family income is less than a particular thing, you actually, like for support from IIT Madras, 50%. Family income less than 5 lakhs, or greater than 5 lakhs, family income of 1 lakh to 5 lakh, and family income of less than 1 lakh. If it's less than 1 lakh, 75% is waived off. Across the board, 75% is waived off. If it is less than 5 lakhs, across the board, 50% is waived off. For SC, ST, PW, it's 75%. And if it is greater than 5 lakh, for SC, ST, 50% scholarship, PW is 50%, SC, ST, PW is 75%. But for general and OBC, you need to pay the full amount of fee that I showed you earlier. So they do have very liberal scholarship policies, but depending on your family income is what they're working on. So the reason why I showed this entire thing to you is wherever I go for counseling, invariably some students and some parents will come and say, sir, we're not getting a good college, so we thought we'll do IIT Madras. And who sold them this dummy? The child itself might be saying, Papa, I'll not do this, I'll not get into the college, I'll sit at home, prepare again for JEE possibly or NEET possibly, and also do sitting at home this IIT Madras degree. That is not a plan. It's an escape route. The more important thing that you must know is it's a very good degree if you're working somewhere, if you're studying somewhere, or if you have any other passion. If you're sitting at home and trying to pursue this degree, this is not the way to go, because the success rate is less than a percentage, and the greater chances that if you're using it as an escape route, if you're not motivated, if you don't have hunger, if you don't have fire in the belly, the greater chances that you will be a part of the 99% students who failed that examination. And I don't want you to be a part of that, and that's the reason why I'm making this particular video. Again, there are 3 requests that I always have for you. If you want me to cover any course, college and all, please write to me here. I'll be happy to do that. If you want to talk to any of our counselors, please, there is a phone number here. You can message us and we'll be happy to talk to you. And please do subscribe to BTech 360. And I must thank Chitkara University, which enabled this, a university which is helping us to put this entire thing together. Thank you so much.